I've been thinking about decision making and decision making as it relates to either starting a business or you have an ongoing business and a critical decision has to be made. How do you make that decision? Do you use your gut? Or do you use a methodology, such as the risk-reward perspective? That is, if the risk of doing something is greater than the reward, you actually don't take the decision. And then, where does intuition play into all of this? Some of you know that I had an extremely catastrophic cycling/car accident in 2022. And I nearly died. And the interesting thing is, my intuition told me before I went down that hill and basically almost faced death, my intuition told me, this is dangerous. Don't do it. And I disregarded my intuition. And of course, you know what the result was. 10 or 11 fractures. My calf got shorn off of my leg, and I had to have an emergency reattachment. I had a traumatic brain injury, etc., etc. It was horrible. And I'm still recovering from that accident and all the impacts that occurred in my brain. But imagine that now, because I didn't listen to my intuition and I fell nearly into the pit of hell, now my brain is wired, because of the trauma, to listen too much to my intuition. So much so that my intuition actually has become a very poor indicator of the result that will occur if I follow it. In other words, if I follow all my intuition, my gut, and what it's telling me, I'm not going to have a good result. And that's the whole fight or flight cycle that everybody gets exposed to. But if you've had a traumatic brain injury, you actually have more of that. So actually now I'm learning through therapy how to rewire my brain so that I don't believe every thought that comes into mind. Because a thought or an intuition that once would have made sense, I can't trust now, because my brain is overriding the decision-making process by being on high alert at all times. So what's the point of all this? The point of all this is that when you need to make a decision, use a combination of your gut and logic. Sit down in a quiet place, pray and meditate, or go for a run, and think about how you feel in making the decision. Do you feel good? Does it feel like something is clicking when you think about making that decision? Or do you have a pit in your stomach? And if you have a pit in your stomach, are you writing down all the positives, like the results? And are you also writing down all of the potential risks? So it's really, really important that you use a combination of mind, body, and soul when you're making decisions. Because We all have different circumstances in our lives. Some of us have led very blessed lives and haven't had much occasion to have traumas or bad things happen to them. And then others are the opposite. They've had a lifetime of bad things that have happened to them. So it's important to understand yourself, understand your life and your life's patterns, and to really use that risk benefit or risk opportunity matrix. Write down the risks, write down the opportunity and the benefits. Listen to how your body feels. You can talk to people too about your decision, because sometimes people in your life are very, very good barometers for whether or not you're making a really good decision or a bad one. Anyways, I thought that was an interesting thing to discuss with you, because we all have a different perspective on intuition based on the journey we've taken through life. Hope this helps you in making good decisions today. Take care.